The views and opinions expressed on Geeks Under the Influence are that of the panelists and not of our sponsors, Amazon.com and TeePublic. Parental discretion is advised.
GUI Nights.
All right, welcome to another episode of GUI Nights.
GUI Nights.
And you glorious motherfuckers, this is the first GUI Nights of 2021. How do you feel about hearing that? I feel great about that because, I don't know, it gives me a little hope. It gives me a little hope for the future.
And you know what? Like, 2021 might be just as bad as 2020, but being at the beginning of it, like, I don't know that yet. So I'm just happy to be out of the last one. It's like if you're getting out of a toxic relationship, you might be starting a new relationship, and that might also turn out to be a dog shit relationship. But at the beginning, you're like, this is fucking rad, and you can just enjoy that for the moment. So that's my 2021 is
honeymoon phase.
Honeymoon phase.
Honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
I was just about to say we were all talking about how horrible 2020 was, and we were so excited for it to be done. We are 6 fucking days in, and 2021 is already saying, "Bitch, hold my beer. Watch this."
It really
we are
is.
6 days in, and we already have. Oh my god.
So I will say that at least going into 2021, I had my head right about how it could go versus how I wanted it to go.
True.
2020, it's just a year. It's not gonna be anything. Oh, wait a minute, COVID. 2021, I'm like, we're coming off the first influx of COVID, going sadly to the second, at least in the United States, the second influx of COVID. And I'm like, okay, this year could actually be worse than 2020, but my head's around that shit and I can adapt.
Do you remember beginning of 2020 when that big forest fire in Australia and everyone was convinced that was going to be the big thing 2020 was remembered for?
It was a conspiracy because they couldn't buy the rights to the land. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
In 2019, all of 2019 being like, in 2020, like, 4th of July is on a weekend, like, fucking, like, everything's on a weekend, there's a full moon and a Halloween, like, fucking 2020, so all the month of April is 420, like, that it's gonna be, like, smoking weed and partying, it's gonna be great, and then COVID, and, like, yeah, cool, New Year's is on a Thursday, so you get, like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, that's cool. As I sit in my apartment and not enjoy that at all.
Yeah, but thank God for streaming services and shit. I watched so many, Mandalorian included, obviously, but so many good things this year.
We've got Apple TV. No one needs to have, like, granted, there's a few good shows on Apple TV, but it's Apple TV. I'm the only person I know that has Apple TV. That's how 2020 has treated us.
Apple TV is not something to be proud of because
it's not.
Apple's fucking Apple.
True. But Ted Lasso, Mythic Quest, and The Morning Show are all really, really fucking good shows.
Yeah, you should be torrenting those.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
You should not be giving Apple your money. We apparently have Apple TV. That's Hobbit's big take from 2021, which is very depressing.
Hot take.
It's depressing. It should hurt every listener's soul.
Yeah.
And we should, again, as I said in the episode we're coming off of, the season 2 of The Mandalorian, which you hopefully just heard a week ago, tweet him and tell him how sad of an individual he is because he's repping Apple TV.
Cool. In the midst of a pandemic and a possible coup in the country.
You've got Disney Plus, fucking Netflix, Hulu, and Prime. You don't need anything else.
And Shudder and HBO Max. And
there you go.
Oh yeah, hey, a week from, when they're listening to this, a week after our Mando episode comes out, it may be fucking dystopian Mad Max bullshit out there.
That's true.
We don't know.
Look,
might be nothing.
As long as I get to watch WandaVision, that's really all I fucking want. Like, a week from Friday is WandaVision. Don't ruin that for me.
Fuck your WandaVision. I want fucking Falcon Winter Soldier. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I've been waiting for since they announced this shit. WandaVision looks intriguing, but I'll give it 2 episodes. If it doesn't grab my attention, I'm done. I will not finish it.
I'm ready for WandaVision.
I'm ready
it looks
for Falcon
awesome.
Winter Soldier.
I'm ready for. Have y'all seen this? They're revamping Firefly.
I did see that. Yep, absolutely.
I did see that.
That they are talking about it being
hoping.
a PG is what they're talking about, though. So we'll see.
But I'm really angsty with WandaVision. Like, the trailer intrigues me, but like I said, if a show doesn't grab me within a couple episodes, I don't have time for it after that, so I don't continue watching. And I hope Disney Plus realizes with what they seem to be portraying as the plot that they're probably going to need to grab a lot of people right out the gate, because I've heard a lot of people talk about what the fuck is WandaVision. I'm like, well, the trailer looks like they're going through sitcoms, through different time eras. I'm like, that's cool. You need to snag me really quick.
All right, why don't you start this episode?
I am. That's how I do. Don't tell me. No. Look here, Grutz. You don't dictate how I start this episode.
Oh shit, I'm on this episode?
You're on this episode. Yeah.
Who else is?
Wait a minute. So the one time I don't go out the gate and introduce everybody, Grutz feels a need to give me shit. I don't understand how that works. So
no, I love you, brother.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I was trying to get you off the tangent of like Apple TV.
All right. Well, you know what? It is January 6th, 2021, a day that will live in infamy. Today, there are no rules, apparently.
Truth.
In civilized society. So do whatever you want, Mulatto Magic. Go for it.
I like it. I haven't been called
There you go.
Yeah, that's been a minute since Mulatto Magic.
Best way to say that.
That is awesome. So you just heard the voice that gave me the awesomeness. Basically, I haven't heard Mulatto Magic in a minute. So we got Lorna. She is back with the fire.
The Red Patch.
Red Patch. I don't know. Is that going to stick?
No, can it not?
Well, once a better nickname comes along, we'll just stick to that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got Lorna.
That's me.
AKA Red Patch. I'm sorry. Don't be angry at me. Don't be angry.
I'm not.
Okay. Thank you.
There are far worse nicknames than Red Patch.
Yeah, I know, but it just highlights how uninventive you are that you came up with it.
Oh, I love it.
Less inventive in the first year of GUI for sure. I will agree. Yeah. Only slightly more now. At least I have better lighting.
Next up, the man who was giving me shit a few minutes ago. We've got Herr Grutz.
Yeah, only light shit. I love you, brother.
Was that a racist joke?
Shit decaf.
No, that's making fun of you having worked inside long enough that you're way pale, motherfucker. Like, you need to get more sun.
Damn.
So it was racist shit. Fine.
No,
anyway,
it wasn't
the
racist.
The man who pointed out that it was racist shit. We got the man who actually started this fucking nonsense, and the man who brought me in and pulled me along for the ride. We got MacGyver Bickett.
I like to pull off my friends for the ride any chance I get.
And apparently
you like to pull off your friends?
Yes, pull off my friends.
Yes. He does.
All right.
There we go.
Everyone needs a hobby.
I've been friends with you for a long time. You've never pulled me off.
Well, you fall asleep too quick.
That is true.
That is true. Yeah.
I wouldn't if you were pulling me off.
You used to fall asleep with Jewish bunnies.
Not if he was pulling me off.
Oh, that's a weird thing. So I feel like you're circumcised, right? That's weird. Jewish bunny, a German, circumcised.
Where's this Jewish? Oh, the stuffed animal bunny. Okay, like I was trying to think what
you fell asleep with the Jewish bunny.
It was a Bugs Bunny rabbit that had like the hat, the Jewish hat.
Yarmulke?
No, it was actually the big
had
one.
Like the Hasidic like.
Oh, with the little curlies.
Yeah,
the curly. Yeah, the curlies.
Yeah. Lowdown. Did I miss something? How the fuck did you know?
Sleep.
How did you know I was circumcised?
Because I did attempt to pull you off, but you were too asleep to enjoy it. So
all right. So okay, I missed that.
Mm-hmm.
A gentleman that's always awake when I pull him off, the host of this show. Also, we've got to talk about Lowdown Brown MacGyver.
What's going on, everybody? Yeah, if you can't tell, this is gonna be a fucking tire fire. But as rolling in 21, as Lorna said, it is the 6th of January, right after we recorded the season 2 of Mandalorian, and the central of our country is kind of a tire fire right now. So I mean, it just fits. It just fucking fits. Like, it is what it is. That's where we're at. Fucking DC, capital of our fucking country, is a tire fire right now.
Yep.
So we're just kind of going in. We're just going in the flow, but we're going in the flow in the vein of we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some awesome nerdy shit.
Yeah, nerdy shit.
A very welcome distraction.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually, before we recorded the Mandalorian Season 2 episode, thinking how was I going to focus on that when everything else was going on. But once I put the talk sheet together, I went, I absolutely want to talk about this. I need the distraction from, and I love that about, fandom, that it's not that it prevents you from being in the actual world. Is sometimes you need a fucking break.
True.
Yes. Sometimes you need a goddamn beautiful break, and a beautiful break in the form of Rosario Dawson playing a goddamn Jedi that made me just like quiver. That was fucking amazing. Like, I never saw the animated series. I don't know how it shakes up to that, but she was fucking badass.
You meet the character when the character's like 12 in this.
I think she's like 9, 10, 11 years old.
I would say that
she was.
Yeah,
in the animated series.
Yeah, she's one of Anakin's Padawans.
Yeah.
So this is many years later. So she's like your age now, but this was like before the original trilogy. So you're talking like there's like a 35-year span. So she's older than you now. And
I will say that the fact that they did go with Rosario Dawson is just, god damn it. Like,
she's always been for years and years, but especially in Death Proof. Oh,
yeah,
God.
I mean, let's face it. We're talking about Rosario Dawson. This woman has done the entire Netflix MCU. She ran the gamut with Daredevil. And the only one she wasn't actually in a lot of was Punisher, but she was in Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. Pretty regular character. And
she's a renaissance. She can act, she can do all of her combative, she can do gymnastics. She also does the singing. She was in that what was it? The AIDS musical.
Rent.
Guys
and Dolls. There was a very weird update on Guys and Dolls that
the AIDS musical. That's Rent. No, you're right. Accurate, but this is just funny.
She can do everything.
She also writes comic books. She had her own comic book that was out for a few years, I believe. It was like Ghost Police or something. I forget the name of it, but yeah, she is a comic book nerd too. So
I mean, that really just makes sense. That makes me feel like warm and fuzzy inside, actually. So all right, we came off an episode talking about one facet of this conglomerate, and we started talking about another facet. How does DC have a chance? Does DC even have a fucking chance?
No. Did you just watch Wonder Woman? Like I
did, and that movie was an abysmal piece of shit.
There was discussion with I think I forget who I was talking to about whether or not we were going to do a Wonder Woman episode.
That was me.
And was it you?
It was me.
Yes, and
so I wanted to fucking rip it a new asshole.
I don't really. It's one of those that there were fun moments in the movie, but it's bad. Like it's really bad.
It's really bad, dude.
There were a couple moments like the opening scene in Wonder Woman was great, where they were like on Themyscira, and there was like the competition, and there was like a young Wonder Woman.
If you go back and pay attention, the CGI was dog shit in that. If you really watch it.
Yeah, but
I've only watched it once. CGI was ass. So that ruins it for me too.
It was still fun.
I don't give you a pass with a $200 million movie. The CGI looks like shit. Fuck that. It looked terrible.
When the rest of it sucks, I'll take what I can get from that was pretty good. Lorna.
I don't do that for movies.
I will say it was my one thing that I actually genuinely loved about the new Wonder Woman. The young actress that plays young Herr, that is all her doing her own stunts, which is amazing to me. That young girl, she was like, what, 12?
No, that is awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
She did all of it.
But you could see every scene where she's moving, and the entire thing was a CGI backdrop. You can see all that. Like when you see her go through the rings, you see her do all that. I'm sorry, dude.
Okay, but that's not the actress.
I'm not
did not
shitting
have
on the actress. I'm shitting on the fact
point
that
is-
DC doesn't fucking do it. Isn't doing it.
One of the main storylines is that Wonder Woman's dead boyfriend steals a human body so that she can fuck it. Like
that's my next problem.
Hold
on. She totally is okay as a hero, having her dead boyfriend take over somebody's body who has a family, probably a job, a life, and all that. And she's okay with him just being a meat stick with a spirit in it as a superhero. Because superheroes are okay with fucking people's lives up to get what they want and be selfish.
Yeah.
That's how that works. Totally.
There was conversation with the director over that being included, and she was like, that's such a trope of like 80s movies that was kind of the reason we decided to do it that way, because that's a trope from 80s movies. And I go,
No.
yeah, but we've had conversations since the 80s about how big is really fucked up for a child fucking an adult woman that didn't know. You know, like that's...
We've had conversations since 1982.
Yeah,
it's
right.
fine. We can totally not do this anymore.
Yeah.
It's great.
The reason why it was a trope of the 80s is because by the 90s, people were like, ugh, like not okay with it anymore.
Truth, though. Truth. And we just came off some fire Pedro Pascal act. And can we just talk about how that was abysmal with him as Max? Max Lord was a bitch. I'm sorry. He wanted to be this stone dildo thing. He wanted to become that. The Wishing Stone looked like a fucking dildo, okay? I'm sorry. It looked like a fucking dick.
I don't want to know who's using that as a dildo. There were like 8 different like crystal spires coming out of the top
Tell
of
me
it.
it wasn't phallic as fuck. No, it was 2 stones. It was a long one and a short one. It looked like a fucking dick and balls. Go Google a picture.
I don't want to know what your dick and balls look like. If they look like...
Google... Lorna, am I wrong?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Yeah,
There you go. That means I'm not wrong.
It looked like a crystal pineapple. It did not look like a dick and balls.
Two shards. 2 shards.
I feel like we're getting into your psyche a little bit now. They're like, it looks like a
Indiana
dick.
Jones and the crystal pineapple.
Hobbit's Googling the image of the wishing
Did you see that too? There's going to be
the wishing dildo. That's what I'm calling it. That's the wishing dildo.
There's going to be a new Indiana Jones. Did y'all see that?
That's right.
They've been talking about that for a couple of years, though.
No, but it's been confirmed now. Harrison Ford has signed on. He's going to be like 1,000,000 years old.
Did Shia LaBeouf sign on too?
No.
Okay, good.
No, didn't you hear? He's not famous anymore.
Oh, well, I will say his last movie was really good. What the fuck was that? I can't remember the name.
The Crystal Skull.
No,
the Peanut Butter Falcon.
Peanut Butter Falcon. That fucking movie was really good.
That was really good.
And Hobbit, what does it look like to you? Come on.
It looks like a fucking pineapple. It looks like something you keep a Pokemon in.
Oh Jesus!
It doesn't. No,
oh, fuck.
It doesn't really come through very well.
On
that?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't. I'm gonna find a better picture of that. I don't think Hobbit did a good job with that. But anyway, it's an abysmal fucking movie. I don't know what else to say about it.
It's bad. It's real bad. I sent it to the group chat. But anyway, yeah, I thought about, it came out on Christmas Day for everybody, and I thought that maybe we could do that for an episode, but...
Oh, you took a picture of it being broken, dude.
No, that's what it looks like in the movie.
No.
Do I still sound good?
I'm sending this in the thread again. There we go.
Okay, anyway, but I have trouble doing movies where we just dunk on it the whole time. Because especially movies where there is that added bonus of there being like, a female superhero, and it's something that's long overdue to be more included in superhero movies. And so dunking on that, there is a possibility of like, even though it is a shit movie, like there are a lot of people that it means a lot to, not because it's good, but because of what it represents. And I don't want to like shit on a movie that does represent like kind of at least a progressive move towards
even though it's sloppy seconds. Good job, Lorna.
No, it's shitty, but
I mean, to be fair, we kind of tend to be equal opportunity dumpers. It doesn't matter if it's female or male. We're going to dump on shit regardless. It's not like we're targeting female-driven movies that we're just going to dump on.
True, that's true.
That's not why Wonder Woman sucked. That's not why.
It's not at all. That was the least thing from my mind when I'm watching the movie of like, this is why it sucks. It's not because of Gal Gadot or Kristen Wiig.
Nobody was like, if this movie was called Wonder Man, it'd be great.
Exactly.
Like, no, that's not.
Well, I mean, the argument of just because it's a female-driven movie and it sucks doesn't mean that it should be spared because they were trying to do something with a female-driven movie. That's not how that works.
That was the thought process for a long time back in like the maybe 90s, but I don't think that thought process is really as prevalent as it used to be, especially with the first Wonder Woman doing as well as it did.
Exactly, but I mean, like in now times, if a movie sucks and it was supposed to be a strong female character and female-driven, but it still sucks, then that's it. Like there's no like giving it extra pause because it was trying to do something and give a narrative. Like I get what you're saying, but I don't agree. I 100% don't agree with like giving it any kind of pass or light, any kind of nothing at all because of what they were trying to do with it. Grutz.
Yeah.
True. However, all right, let's move this back to the Mando at hand.
Talking about Gina Carano?
Let's talk about the female characters in fucking
enough about feminism. Let's objectify some women. Woo!
No, how about we get good?
I wasn't gonna
strong
objectify
female
anything.
How about we just get good, strong female characters?
No, and
Wonder Woman was not a good fucking.
And Gina
Carano's
character is
because
fantastic.
Gina Carano is fucking amazing in all of Mando.
All 2 seasons.
What? Yes.
All 2 seasons.
Exactly.
And so has anybody else followed the weird social media thing with her and like how
I have, yeah.
I say weird because I've gotten 2 different. I've searched far and beyond to actually get information, not just like 1 or 2 sources, and watched a couple interviews with her recently over the last couple months, and none of it's matching up. She's not the thing that they're painting her out to be, from what I see.
She's on Parler.
Well, Parler is described as being someone who is non-biased because Twitter, YouTube, Facebook all have their own fucking agenda and narrative they want to force, and that's a fact. So if she's on Parler because she doesn't want that to deal with that shit, that's one thing. If she's on Parler to promote some bigotry, that's another.
Well, I mean, I've seen posts of hers that are, well, she's a Trumper, which that for me isn't like a I'm never going to watch you in a thing, because if that was the case,
you say for you, but it shouldn't be. If someone supports Trump, then that's their right to support Trump. I don't support Trump, but
there's also anti-masker shit that she's posted. She's posted a lot of like problematic posts on her Twitter.
Okay, I don't follow her on Twitter. Like her, Parler is apparently like the other Twitter. So but I don't follow her on Twitter either. So I don't know what her posts are.
Well, Parler, it isn't specifically. It's not like Parler for white supremacists, but it is where they all went. It's like, so it is one of those that there is a kind of a association with the app,
I got you.
Well, I did follow her short career in MMA.
She was a badass in MMA.
And
Holy
she
fuck.
was fucking awesome.
She went 7-1, right? I believe was her record in MMA.
Yeah.
7-1. She's a badass. And because she came out and she was all about the stand-up game. She was a striker. She would come out and just throw fucking. She would like just break you stand up. And she did have 1 win that was on the ground, which is
Yeah, she wasn't much of a ground fighter, but yeah.
Yeah, she was a badass.
Which is surprising because with those thighs, you'd think that she'd want somebody to get on the ground so she could crush their tiny little heads.
Well, when she was a fighter, she was a lot leaner. Fighting weight. What you see in Mando, you probably could cut off about 40 pounds. That was her fighting weight.
Oh, okay.
I will say, like, I was really impressed by the fact that she brought some really good acting and action. Like obviously she could do all the fight scenes and everything, but she brought some great acting to the series. Actually, the episode in the first season where they were in the shrimp catching little
where he met her,
that initial episode was outstanding.
They had their own fight out in the outside, and they got like Grogu just drinking his soup. Like, you guys are fighting, cool.
Yeah. That was directed by Ron Howard's daughter, Bryce Dallas, and I really liked that episode. Actually, a lot of people thought that was like the weakest episode of the first season, but I enjoyed that one.
It was
great too.
It was informing character. I wouldn't say it was one of my favorites, but I felt like it was necessary. You needed a pause to like further inform the relationships a little bit more, and that's what that episode was there for. It was also kind of a classic homage to like the samurai kind of thing. I mean, it's very much got that seven samurai vibe of like there's these bandits that are accosting a town, and it's up to these couple like gunslingers to like save the day. I mean, that's the Seven Samurais, Magnificent Seven, that kind of vibe.
Oh yeah, I mean, we can just go the lineage of the remakes of that fucking story. But I get what you're saying. And honestly, I didn't look at it that way. That's awesome though. Like that's a good way. I already enjoyed that slow down tell the story. Mando thinking about potentially he could have a life outside of bounty hunting.
Yeah.
But that's just a part of it. But then you're right. There's just so much more that goes into it, Lorna.
I like that y'all are getting a lot more highbrow with it than I did. When I first watched it, I was like, oh, it's the fucking Ewoks getting trained on how to fucking defend their village.
Oh, no. That's a disservice, ma'am. That is a disservice to that episode. Let me pull my glasses up.
They were real people, not teddy
fucking
bears.
Exactly.
Okay?
They weren't John Favreau and Filoni didn't put that in there just to make their kids happy, okay? That's not how that works.
Watching that, and I was like, this is a reiteration of the fucking Ewoks being taught to defend themselves against the big bad AT.
Little known fact, Ewoks are actually allergic to blue shrimp. So that would work. Really worked.
They'd be dead. We killed them all off.
Damn, keep
that was the original plan, and someone was like, hey, we still want kids to watch this.
Decimated.
Back off a little bit.
Just fields full of dead Ewoks.
Yeah, that was the original plan. But
you want kids to watch this? There's a baby Yoda, and there's a lot of death and carnage around him.
And can I just say, because we didn't touch on it earlier, the best fucking moment for me this entire season with Grogu is when he's in the cockpit with Mando. And he's going, wee! And he's spit up
the best.
Fucking, what do you call them?
Oh, the cookies. Yeah, the green cookies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, when he stole the cookies from the school. Oh, yeah, that was great.
He's so excited, like riding a roller coaster, and then, of course, like any
blue
parent
Oreos
knows,
everywhere.
That was hilarious.
You shook the baby.
You're right. I forgot about that. He did throw up. Oh, he's so adorable.
So cute.
Can we just talk about, like, we're speaking of Grogu, like, when, Moff Gideon got him and they kept him in that room. And when Moff Gideon walks into that room at the end of the episode for that scene, he's slinging fucking stormtroopers wall to wall, and then he just gets tired and takes a nappy. But Moff Gideon knows, like, you just slung bodies from wall to wall. Like, he understands he is strong.
I mean, Grogu's getting
a nappy.
Strong quick. Yeah. I mean, he really is.
Yeah.
And he was prepared because he had tiny little shackles for his little tiny hands.
Most adorable finger cuffs ever.
Wait, that can go a different way. What do you mean by finger cuffs, man? Hold on. I'm talking Chasing Amy. Hobbit, no.
I'm doing things to the Baby Yoda plush that
poor Grogu
that Amy would not approve of. So
Chasing Grogu.
Chasing Grogu. That's the episode name right there.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right. Oh God. Oh no. I wasn't expecting that. Damn you, Hobbit.
Yeah.
Oh, so like I said, we're recording through Zoom for this. If you didn't listen to the previous episode,
locked in like a couple of Alderanian finger cuffs.
Shut the fuck up. See, that's what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And I'm watching him like literally finger knuckle. What was that? Knuckle fuck? Knuckle fuck. I guess he's knuckle fucking Grogu right now.
Does anybody have a stupid prediction for next season?
Oh, that's a good way to roll this out. Yeah.
Oh, they left it kind of wide open as to whether or not Bo-Katan is even alive.
That's true.
Or dead. I mean, they kind of just...
She got shot up, and then she was still on the floor when Luke came. So, I think Bo-Katan is definitely alive, and I think she decides to give up all of her work towards being the Mandalore and opens up a nice soft serve place on Dantooine.
No, I think that she
did
not give up, and now she's going to fight Mando at some point. Yeah.
Too far-fetched.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we see Bill Burr again.
Dude, no shit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lorna. No, I want his character. I want him to join them.
Yes.
I want him to join them. I want him to join the cause. That's what I want. Because they almost led to that. It's like, hey, well, he just disappeared. And like, wait, I was like, is he going to join them? Like, oh no, he's going to go on his own still, but he'll come back.
I feel like we might find him working with another group of people doing something the same thing that Mando and crew is trying to do. It's like for the good against the Empire. And he rolls up like Mando or like, fuck, it's Mando. But he's actually on the good side of things this time.
But
he'll be like, oh fuck,
Capers
I've
good.
seen your face.
You're the one bad memory I have left is your fucking cow.
I mean, you definitely see the character development for him at the end of episode 7 after, they've blown up the whole thing where his old boss was and they had all that. he turned and he said to Mando, like, I won't tell anyone that I saw your face. I never saw it.
Can we say how awesome that scene was, though, for real? Though, where he's like, I didn't see your face. It's cool. Like, the respect that he had for Mando, just in that one scene, is awesome. Was awesome.
All I want to see is Mando and Rosario Dawson's Ashoka kiss, like, for real. If they had a romance,
you're like the 8-year-old kid with his action figures now. Kith. Just like pushing them together.
No,
basically making them rape each other. That's not cool.
I've never known. I had all the old Kenner characters when I was a little kid. I've never known either of these characters. I just think they had a thing.
All right. So I'm kind of leaning off of all that. So they talked about when they announced the Ahsoka series and the Rangers of the New Republic series. They're both going to be run by Filoni and Favreau. So I'm actually looking forward to what they've already announced is going to happen. All 3 series are going to cross over at different points, and I am stoked for those crossovers.
The Rangers better have Cara Dune in it. That's all I'm saying.
You going to write a letter?
Yeah, he's going to write
an angry letter.
An angry email.
I'm just saying, it should.
Nastygram. Yeah.
She was a Ranger, now she's a Marshal. She better be in that fucking series.
She needs to be. I agree. I do agree.
I'm fully convinced that Mando is at some point he's going to have to stop by Boba's palace. So, because it's Boba's palace now. Which, by the way, how fucking fantastic was it that Bib Fortuna is now like gigantic? Love it.
Oh, for sure. Oh, big old chubby boy.
Yeah, he did get big. He did get big. Yeah. Thought that was fitting, though. It just kind of showed.
Is that now where
he was trying to fill the seat of Jabba?
Well, no, I think we saw, because the prequels tried to give us a young Jabba who was still fat but not as fat, and it just showed how sitting there, basically, you just get whatever you want and you just get fat.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, and to be fair,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Boba Fett.
The prequel bullshit they gave us.
Boba Fett
the prequel bullshit that doesn't exist?
Oh, yep. God. Shut.
Boba Fett now does have a dad bod, so
no, it doesn't exist. There's no like Jabba that's little, that's slithering around. That's bullshit.
I'm about to mute
it's a myth.
The fucking like original trilogy extremist over here.
You can Google the videos right now on.
I got the fucking laser discs over here that proves that it doesn't exist.
What if you really had the laser disc? You show that there was actually a human in his place, and that was the original Jabba. Was a human. Mr.
That's
Purist.
Not the laziness.
Mr. Purist.
No.
That was the pure. Am I wrong? It was a real human playing Jabba.
That was not released on any edition.
I don't care.
Ever.
It was still a thing, Mr. Purist. What you got now? What you got?
Yeah.
All right, Lorna, you got
news.
Right, Lorna, you got something.
Fake news.
Let's save us.
News.
Save us.
Do you remember, guys, the beginning of this episode before After Dark, we were talking about how like all Star Wars fans are terrified of water now. We just have that PTSD. Did anyone else have a little bit of that PTSD when as soon as Boba entered, I guess, Fortuna's palace is what we're going to call it for this, that he stepped right on the grate?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, God, yes. I was like, no, that moves. Don't do that. No, stop. That moves. Fuck.
I was having so much anxiety. I was like, dude, you just survived the Sarlacc. You can't let the fucking Rancor get you, dude. Don't do it, because you know they got a new Rancor. It's like, oh.
Yeah. No, I was just like, that slides out. Please get off of
right.
Stop.
I was sweating bullets.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seemed pretty like low rent in that like environment. I don't think they had a new Rancor. They might have had like a little tiny thing.
Bib Fortuna was not pulling the same kind of respect that Boba did, or that that Jabba
Boba
did.
was a universe, galaxy renowned.
Yeah.
True. And in all that time, Fortuna did no updates to, which I do love. They even got the little wind chime when they walk in and Leia bumps her head on the wind chime. They even have the wind chime in there. It's like, they got fucking everything.
Perfect.
Love it. But Bib Fortuna has made no upgrades.
So, too busy.
In how many years? So maybe no.
Too busy getting chubby.
But
well, now that Boba's in charge, maybe he'll up it and get a Rancor.
Maybe, but listeners, you'll have to see in the future episodes when we talk about the Boba Fett series and all the other things that they just jizzed all over us. So for now, your respectful GUI crew is done. We're spent. Came a lot. It's really wet and messy. We got to wash the sheets, and thank you. We're done with you though. Get your ass out of here. Good night.
Go home.
GUI Nights.
GUIPodcast.com.
Hey guys, Scotty Big Daddy Preston here. That's right, the Geek Father, asking you to join me here every other week with friends and family of the GUI Network as we go through all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent. So remember, join us or cry.
Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're gonna fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
Embrace the madness.